What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another healing episode of Divine Healing Poetry with moi, Summer. How's everyone's doing? We got to do the weekly check-in, tap-in. How was everyone? How was your week? How was your weekend? Mine has been good. I've been having this migraine for about 4 days now. Yesterday I thought it was kind of going away, but I woke up this morning and it was still ever present. But yeah, other than that, I am great. I'm doing good. Still healing, working on myself, learning and loving each and every single part. All the ugly parts, all of the dark parts. I'm not even gonna say ugly because they're not ugly. They're actually beautiful. So loving all of the darkness, all of the light parts, because without the darkness, how can you ever find your light? Without even embracing the dark parts of yourself, how you gonna discover the light that is within you? It is like impossible, right? But before we jump into today's topic, don't forget to subscribe, like, share your journey. I want to hear, let's learn from each other. It's a great thing to build a community of healing. So don't forget, subscribe, like, share. Check me out on my Instagram, summerchambliss.ap. Follow along with the dailies. So, today, I already gave you guys kind of like a idea of what we're going to be talking about today, because just the past week and even after therapy on Friday, I just began to realize, like, without all of that darkness in my life, without all of that pain, the sadness, the hurt, I wouldn't be discovering who I am. Like, I wouldn't be able to see how awesome and dope and loving and just how amazing that I really am, besides being strong, especially as a African American woman, like, we're always like so strong, right? And it's like we're so much more than just this strong woman that you see. Like, yes, I am strong, but I'm also soft. I am also loving, caring. I feel everything, like I have this capacity to be able to love all the parts of me, and to be weak as well, to sometimes have those moments where I don't feel like being strong. I want to cry. I want to just lay in my bed. Don't want to do anything. And I even love those parts of me as well. Whereas before, I used to hate it. Like, I used to hate being sad, and I used to hate all of the pain and the memories and the experiences, and it was just like, oh, why? And just like even my insecurities, because growing up, when I feel like I'm always saying this, but it's a part of my journey, like growing up in my home and just in an abusive relationship, you become very insecure and you hate yourself. You have a hard time finding things to love about yourself because you're always presented with being ugly, with being incapable of doing things. Like, you're always presented with the you can't, or just the negative of everything, with never being brought the beauty to it all. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, get a sip. Oh my God. So this book, y'all, it's a big, well, the book that I have, it's a 2-in-1, so it's Wicked and the Son of a Witch, absolute favorite book. Like, besides the one that I wrote, Beautifully Dead. Like, hands down. This book is so amazing. I love this book. It's one of my favorite stories. And the play, I saw it in New York. So good. So good. So good. But anyways, back to what I was saying. But you're never taught how to grow from that darkness. You know, you're never taught to see the lesson in everything, because I believe that there is, and it's true, there's a lesson in everything. There's a lesson in your pain, there's a lesson in your sadness, there's a lesson in the hurt, every breakup, every struggle, everything. So you're just never shown the beauty of it all, right? And so it's like, all you're really taught is to self-hate. You're taught to hate yourself. You're taught to just constantly dwell in this mental state of self-hate, unhappiness, self-sabotage, because you don't see anything great about yourself. You think everything is just awful. And so you're constantly just in this mental mind state of just negativity. And I operated that way for so long because I couldn't. But especially when you're in an abusive relationship, especially with a narcissist, it is hard to be happy. It's hard to operate in love, in peace, because when you do operate that way, it's never appreciated. It's never reciprocated. It's never loved and nurtured. And so you begin to just not even see the point. You know, you begin to just feel defeated. And so I finally have began to just like realize, like, all of that shit, all of that darkness, like, was for a purpose. It was to make me realize the light within myself, to make me realize how amazing, how wonderful and beautiful that I am. And so I've learned to be thankful for all of it, because without all of that pain, all of that hurt, all of that sadness, without all of that, I wouldn't have discovered the light within me. I wouldn't have discovered that I can rise above anything. I can go through any challenge and I'm going to be okay, you know? And without being the type of person that you just dwell in it, you get lost in the experience, the emotion becomes you, and now it's just like everything is just awful. Everything sucks, and what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Like, and so even just being on my healing journey and beginning to love myself, to appreciate myself, I've realized, like, 9 times out of 10, when you're in an abusive relationship or you have all of these unhealthy relationships, situationships, all of that, like 9 times out of 10, that other person is jealous of you. They are envious of you because you possess something of what they wish they had, you know, like, and so it's like they are projecting their insecurities on to you, because it's like, you can't be this outgoing, you can't be this happy, you can't love yourself or be this beautiful, think so highly of yourself. What? No, like, I need to bring you down to my level. Fuck out of here. No. And once you can realize what the fuck is going on, only then are you able to get up out of it. Only then are you able to. So it's like, no, No, I will not go down to your level. I will not meet you down there. You're going to have to come up here. You're going to have to meet me up here on my level. And if you are unable to reach the level that I'm on, and I've been saying this for a while, like, I'm just going to have to leave you where you are because you are not bringing me down. You are not about to sabotage who I am, what I am. You know, like, no, thank you. And then two, you... what is crazy is that if someone says they love you, they would not want you to feel that way. They would not want you to think of yourself that way. And that I used to say to my ex all the time, like, how do you say you love me? And listen to the shit you're saying. Like, who says that to someone that they love? I don't get it. And like, I used to say that to my mom because I remember this one time, her husband, he was calling me all kind of bitches. And I think I was like, I had my music on. I had just got home from school. I was playing my little jams on my little radio. And he just like, he never used to knock. He just opens my door and he's like, you need to turn that music down and you need to leave this door open. And I'm like, I'm changing my clothes and you, like, your friend is here, you're here, like, I'm changing my clothes. I don't care, Summer, you such a bitch. And just started calling me like all these bitches and would not let me shut my door. And when my mom got home, I told her. She disappears for a minute. And see, I think this was like the pivotal moment in the relationship with my mother where I lost all trust in her. I lost all faith in her. It solidified the fact that she was never going to protect me or love me the way that I needed and I deserved and the way that I should have been. She comes back into my room after she was gone for a minute. She was like, I spoke to him and, you know, people say things when they're upset. I said, what? I said, no. And this is when I began to learn too, like, people can be so mean and not really give a fuck about anybody but themselves. And I said, what? No, they don't. And see, that's why I said everything is taught. Everything is learned. You are just not born to be nasty, mean, and say things. Like, and just try to hurt people. Like, hurt people. But for me, that's still no excuse. Because, see, I'm such a feeler. I feel everything. And so for me, it's like, that is not a valid reason. Just because you're hurting, that is not a valid reason for you to hurt other people. Deal with your hurt. Like, that is yours and yours alone. Don't go projecting that onto everybody else. Like, just because you're hurt, for me, that's not an excuse. That is not a valid reason. I'm big on no excuses, y'all. Like, I am super big on no excuses. Don't come around here with any excuses. No, not gonna happen. So, and back to the story. And so I'm telling her, I'm like, you know, no, that's not okay. Like, no. And I was like, Mom, no. Like, you don't get to just call me all kind of bitches and pacify it with, oh, people say things when they're mad. The fuck? And she was like, Summer, well, he's sorry. And I was like, he didn't tell me sorry. And she was like, well, I'm telling you, he said it. And I'm like, no, that's not good enough. And I was like, you know what, Mom, I don't even believe you. I don't even believe that you said anything to him. I didn't even hear you guys arguing. I didn't hear you saying anything. It was really quiet when you went. And I'm like really telling her all of this. Because even as a child, like I used to speak up for myself. And I know this is why he couldn't stand me. Because I would always call him out on his shit. And I would always be like, no, ain't happening. And so I'm saying all of this to her, and she's like, what are you talking about? Yes, I did say something to him. You think I'm not going to say anything? And I was like, yeah, I believe and I know you didn't say anything to him, because I wouldn't let anybody call my daughter a bitch, make her keep the door open to her room when she's changing, and there's guys here. I was like, so that's not okay. I don't believe he apologized, and I don't even care anymore. Like, I'm over it, because no, that's not okay. And so it was that day when I just lost all faith, all trust in my mom. Like, our relationship was shattered after that. Like, there were so many things that completely broke my trust in her, and that was the turning moment. And so after that, it was just like, so after that, I began to just feel just like worthless, just empty inside, because it was just like one thing after another that just had me feeling just so unlovable, and just so like I don't matter. And a lot of times too, society can play a very big role in your insecurities, because society, especially for a woman, society places these images and these ideas in our mind that you're supposed to look a certain way, you're supposed to behave a certain way, you're supposed to dress a certain way, and if you don't look, behave, and dress this way, you're not worthy enough. You're not beautiful. You're not this. Like, your hair is supposed to look a certain way. It's supposed to be a certain color. And it's just like, we are all individuals. We are all gifted with beauty. And once you can say, fuck society, fuck what you say, fuck what you think, you become free to be yourself, and you can begin to start loving yourself and appreciating yourself, and realizing, like, it's not up to you to deem if I'm beautiful or not. It's not up to you to determine my worth. It's not up to anyone but me. I say that I'm beautiful. I say what my worth is. I determine my value. It's nobody's right or responsibility to make me feel beautiful, to show me what love is. I show myself what love is. And now, if you're not adding to what I can already give to myself, that love is not worthy. That love is not valuable. And if you are in a relationship with somebody who is not respecting you, who is not loving you, who is not elevating you, who is not helping to water and grow you, it's like, what are you doing here? No, thank you. I don't want it. I don't need it. I'm good. And I started to notice that even in my relationship, because when you're with a narcissistic person, you do everything. You do everything. And I started to feel like, what are you here for? Because I'm making breakfast, getting the kids ready for school, dropping them off at school, taking myself to school, and I'm working, and I'm picking the kids up from school, and I'm cooking dinner, and I'm cleaning the house, and I'm paying the bills. All you doing is paying rent, and I'm getting the groceries. Like, what is your purpose here? And I started to really just like ponder on that question for a minute, and it was just like, yo, I'd actually prefer to not be in this relationship and you just pay me child support, because I'm doing everything on my own anyway. You may as well just pay child support. But now, being single, on my own, doing everything on my own, I am so happy. Like, I'm learning so much about myself. It is absolutely fucking amazing. Like, I do have my moments where the gardener's here. I gotta go shut my window so that shit don't be blowing up in my window. Okay, let's shut that window. I'm such a clean freak. I really like my home to be clean. I just like my space to be clean. I don't know, that's how I am. Like, I've always been clean. My mom never had to tell me to clean up my room. Look at my mole. My mom never had to tell me to clean up my room, anything like that. Like, I've always been a very clean person. I don't know. It's just, I think just visually to the eye, to my eyes, I like it. Like, I like to see a clean space. Like, I don't know. It's very pleasing to my eyes. It's my Google. I don't know why she's talking, but anyways. So back to the story. I lost my train of thought. I don't even know what I was saying. Being on my own. Fucking happy. Shit. Like, I've been learning so much about myself and just able to heal all the hurt parts of me and to just journey through each and every piece and to come to understand, like, it was all for me to discover who I am, to discover what I possess. And I'm thankful for it all, because without all of that hurt, without all of that pain, I wouldn't have discovered summer. I wouldn't have discovered the goddess that is within me. I wouldn't have discovered how beautiful my light is. So, yeah, I love all the darkness. I love all of that shit. Thank you. Thankful for it all. I am so appreciative. I love it all. Like, when you begin to love the dark parts of you, when you begin to love and appreciate your battles, your hurt, your pain, all of it, you are saying thank you. You are honoring all of it, because you know that it was all for a purpose. It was all for a reason. It was all to show you the light that is within you, to show you all the things that you are capable of. And without appreciating all of that, you're like dismissing it. You are not validating it. You are not honoring it. And when you can honor and love and water all that darkness, you're not stepping into your light. You're not growing into your light. You're not healing yourself. You're not loving yourself, because you can't just love the good things. You can't just love the good days. You know, like, you gotta love the bad days too. You know, like, it's okay to cry. It's okay to not feel like doing shit. It's okay to not want to do shit. Shit, I hate going to work all the time. I hate it. But I love it, because without it, me and my kids wouldn't have a roof over our heads. I wouldn't be able to give them lunch money, pay the bills, Wi-Fi, got Google in there talking and shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I wouldn't be able to adorn my body with crystals and the things that I like. Like, I wouldn't be able to do any of it. So, you know, like, you have to find the balance within it all. You have to find the beauty in all of it, because even like my therapist says, and I mean, I'm sure we all know this, your situation could be so much more worse than what it actually is. You know, I mean, like, there's war in Gaza. Hundreds of people die every day. You know what I'm saying? Like, kids are losing body parts, limbs, their entire families. You know, like, You go to sleep and wake up and you're under a rubble of what used to be your home. You know what I'm saying? Like women in Sudan, like the Congo, like it is just so much going on. So appreciate your life. Appreciate what you have, because it could always be so much worse than what it actually is. Be thankful for it all. Love your pain. Sit with your emotions. Don't become them. I battle with depression, and I never knew I had depression until I started therapy, and she opened up my eyes to what it was. And I remember I was going through, like, it was maybe like a week or two, I was just like so up and so happy, and then one day I just woke up and it was just like, what is going on? Like, why am I feeling this way? Nothing happened. Nothing bad happened. Like, why do I just feel icky inside? And I had therapy that day, and she was like, that is depression. And I said, what? I was like, so it just comes out of nowhere? And she's like, yes. It will just come a knocking. And I was just like, oh my gosh. I'm like, how long is this going to last for? And she's like, I don't think it ever goes away. And I'm just like, oh my gosh. And so it's just like, love all those parts of you. I think the next video I'm going to make is going to be about depression and how I handle it, how I deal with it, because it can be a motherfucker. Like, to put it lightly. Woo! That's for sure what my next video is going to be about, dealing with depression. But love every piece of you. Love every piece of you. We are all beautiful in our own way. We are all going through shit, and please remember, it could always be worse than what it is. So appreciate it. Appreciate what you have. Love your battles. Find the lesson in it all. Love yourself. You are beautiful. You are amazing. You are more than just strong. You are capable of anything. You are soft. You are light. You are everything good there is to see. Accept the challenges that you're faced with, because you can handle them. You can handle them. Life is not a cakewalk. Not for most of us. You know what I'm saying? But you can make it a cakewalk. You know, remember that it's not happening to you, it's happening around you. Everything is unfolding in front of you just for you to see and bear witness to. We're all witnesses here on earth, you know? So become aware. Enjoy who you are. Be happy with who you are. Be thankful, because again, it could always be so much worse than what it is. I love you guys. Thank you for tuning in. Welcome to those who are new. Thank you for stopping by, spending your Sunday evening with moi. And you know what? Just go meditate on that. Go sit with your insecurities. Go sit with your flaws and love them, because you're on this earth with you. Enjoy it. Make the most of it. Love yourself. Appreciate yourself. Be kind to yourself. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Don't forget to subscribe, like. Love you guys.